So yeah, this is Modulus. A little bit different. It's an automation game. I suppose there's a game called Shapes that does something similar, but that all goes into like a pit in the middle. But this is, you use the shapes to build a factory. So it's kind of cool. I played around with it like the first 10 minutes of it, and then stopped. Anyway, Modulus is a factory automation game without recipes, except that technically it does have recipes because you need ingredients to build the buildings. Your goal is to construct a large number of buildings assembled from modules. These buildings will produce valuable items, which in turn will expand your factory even more. Presumably they mean that you have to like set it up yourself. Get into that. Right, move around, zoom, rotate. Let's start by extracting a polyrock. This resource will allow us to create cubes. You can rotate your emplacement, pressing R. Oh, you're doing a satisfactory run? Nice. I kind of want to go back and finish ours, but we're at the really grindy phase. As far as I'm aware, resources are infinite. So we're going to pop down a furnace. And we have to transport the stuff. And then this is going to pump out cubes. Literally your basic building block. So inspecting the module. Before we know what to craft, we need to take a closer look at the first module. Pin module is up here. So this is what we want to build. You can rotate it and everything. We want to build these two actually. These are going to be used in the grey core facility. Right, let's start by getting a cutter. And we're going to configure that cutter. You can see here then the different ways of cutting it. We're going to cut it in half. Okay, the cut size is going to be 2, so it's going to cut it in half. Well, what I meant is like we're on the last tier. So basically what I'd be building is building the final product. Like we have nuclear power and everything. We have our trains and all that. The next thing I'd be building is just more of the same, and then we have to wait until everything builds. Like then we are. I'd like to finish the game, but it is what it is. Right. So we have 2 belts coming in here, so we're getting in 2 sections of this, and we have to drag it over here, rotate it, and place it. Like that. That's the thing we want. So we're going to put down our first building. Different tiers of buildings. Okay. I think all the buildings come with this little base, and then you build a little module on top. 400 hours in though. I presume you're liking it then, because I really like Satisfactory. Right, and there's the little thing that we put together in the assembler. Cranes. Click here, we add cranes. Very similar to every other automation game. Now examine the second module. The previous module provides the suitable foundation and let us reuse the existing design. While not the most efficient solution, it will suffice for the current objective. So we're going to split this. We're going to do another cutter. So try different orientations and rotations. Okay. There. Do we want a 2? Boom. And we need more cranes. Harvester pads. Collect items from a building to play drones. Collect the harvester pad and link it to the building. Drones can fly over structures and conveyor belts. The placement is flexible. Well, excuse me. And we need to then link that to the building. So you click on that. Link it to the building there. And then we need to do a conveyor out of there. Right. Next we'll build a greybot assembly. The grey cores we collected will be needed for that production. You can see they're actually building the building. Like Lego. Right, anyway. We're going to be building a grey box. So we're going to be putting in 2 cranes so that we can get the cores, right? The cores are going to be needed to create bots. Production can only start when the building is completed. Buildings under construction always need a large number of modules. Delivered. Production cycle only needs a fraction of this. Good spaghetti. Now you understand the basics of construction and production. You're free to create your own production lines and deliver the modules to the bot assembly. The GNN doesn't appreciate inefficient designs. Don't make a mess. Well. Okay, so now you can see the building is done. And cranes, that's fine. Right. So we have tons of places that we can extract from, so that's really good. Map is kind of big, nice. And what do we need then? We need dark ones. Is this the monotoner? So you can make them either black or white. Okay, and then we need to like cut that in half. You can do that with the excess. Boom, and we get 2 of them out of that. Cool. I'm right though, yeah. Yeah, I need 48 of them, and then I need 48 of these, but black. So, do that. Right, and then we're going to do cranes. Cool. That's going to get built there. Duplication tool. The bot assembly needs a large number of cores to produce bots. You can use the duplication tool to quickly add more facilities along existing conveyor belts. Make use of extra modules for crafting. Don't forget to link the new buildings to the harvester pad so their cores are collected. Okay. We see. Kind of screws up this then, doesn't it? Maybe I just do a new one. Then what we do in the furnace. And then actually, right, with the furnace there, so we use copy. We're going to duplicate from there to there. They made that really long, didn't they? But we're not going to do that. We're going to duplicate just this factory. Do this. Let me see. Yeah, we can do this. Put it like right next to the drone bay. Then link the harvester. Okay, so that has the thing delivered to it now. The Greybot assembly produces Greybots now. Collect them with a new harvester pod and deposit them in the space depot. We'll do that in a bit. I'm gonna finish setting up this because I need a slicer. And then we're gonna do this. Right. Okay, and then into the splitter. Good, and that copied the recipe and everything, so that's all grand now. That you don't need that right now. Right, that's going to build that. Grand, and I mean, it kind of looks like we can speed that up. We're making 2 of these. Yeah, I can mirror. So if I did this, and I'm just going to copy this because then I don't have to set up the recipe again. Then I think we can double this up as well. We can do the same thing here. Actually, it's the cutter that's slowing things down. Now we want to double this up. So not exactly what I want to do either, but anyway, what we're going to do. Put more cubes in there then. Yeah, I can do that differently because I don't need this. Do that, and then we'll have another one coming down from there. cores are being done into that once this is built, right? Yep. Doing his thing. Slowly but surely, and then you're creating the great bots, so we need to make this. Where do I want the spaceport? There's a second harvester pad and link it to the grey bot assembly. Yeah. There's a spaceport. See this big patch of grass here? No, we don't. Hey, little bots. Congratulations, you delivering your first bots. You're now officially operational under GNN command. Grand Neural Network expects you to fulfill its orders and has high hopes for you. Unit GROP. Okay. An overseer of this sector, you must grow the factory, execute orders. The rising demands, it's crucial to keep constructing buildings. Remember, one of each one survives. Yeah, I'm terrible for that. Now you can upgrade buildings. Upgrading will temporarily stop production, but afterwards the building will output much more with the same input. Be sure to check the building's info to pop. Okay. Cool. We sent you a new building design, the blue pigment refinery. We'll need blue paint for the later buildings. Let's start construction of it. Okay. Upgrade at least one building. Yes, we'll upgrade this one. It needs the same stuff to upgrade, right? Yes. Cool. So we'll upgrade that. Delivered 50 grey bots. They're being done. Got the cores being delivered. That's being done. Okay, cool. If we go in here, then we now have this. Oh God. Oh no. This is going to be interesting. So we have to... Factory must grow H2. Yep. This is going to get complicated. Just using shapes and colors, but it's going to get complicated. I'm going to bring that out there. We're going to split it. We're going to go that way with the whites. We're going to get a monotoner. Like my voice. And then we're going to get an assembler. And then we're going to drag that over there. Alright, well that's the first one, right? Back to this building. That's that. Oh, I can just click on it here. Okay, cool. So we'll build this over here. Or will we? Dude. Right, so we want the pillar that we have here at the start. We want them. Cool, that's been upgraded. Nice. So we want spares of that. We can cut that in half. I think we just do that as a separate production as well. Oops. I mean, that is backed up. I could probably split that. And then We're gonna do another furnace here. This isn't gonna be huge in production, but that's fine. Could have some of that come down. Can I upgrade these? Doesn't look like it. And then what are we going to do? Yeah, we're going to cut them. Already forget how all this works. And we're going to cut them in half. I'm going to put an assembler there. Has to go in with the 2 slots because then you get the 2 pieces. Rotate that. Or rotate that. That will give us this. Confirm that, then we're going to put a cutter right on it. And we're going to rotate like that. And we're going to get these pieces. I'm going to confirm that. We're going to split them. And we're going to get another cutter. That's what we're going to do. Jesus. Then we're going to get a monotoner. Cool. Right. We're going to get an assembler. Actually, we're going to get a splitter. Split that. Put an assembler there. We're going to configure that. And we're going to stick an assembler right on that. Right. We're going to take that. Oh, right. And then we're going to make that. Yeah. That's those two, and then we just need a dark, the dark one of these, isn't it? Which we're already do. Wait, no, that's taller. Okay, then we I could split that off. I could split this off. Come back from our original production. So let's do that. We're going to do another monotoner. We can flip that and do an assembler there. Oh no, we can't because I need the 2 sections to go in, so we'll do that. It's gonna be slow production for now, but it's fine. We'll rotate that way. And oop. Oh my god. Now we can build the blue paint factory. Jesus. I think there would be fine actually, right? Because then I can just take in from all 3 of them. Okay, it's accepting them. That's all I can ask for. We have nearly delivered all of our grey bots so far. Little buddies. Alright, we're at 48. And this is gonna take a minute or two. Won't be too long. Okay, you're gonna need blue pigment. Cool. I'm gonna figure out what comes next though. Input bots to meet objectives. It's always gonna be bots going in there. We're just gonna be making various types of robots. Oh, we can't see the tech tree. Okay. It's fine. That's popping off there anyway. I could upgrade these, I guess, but yeah, we'll upgrade it. We need more of the standard stuff there. Okay. Seems to be doing alright. Doesn't need them at a huge rate, so that's okay. Let's do more of them. Boom. Great job building the blue pigment refinery. The building needs blue hexacrystals for its production of blue paint. Find some blue hex crystals on the map and harvest them with the extractor. The blue core facility will require blue modules. Use the newly unlocked painter to dye the modules blue. Construction of the blue core facility will require advanced tools. We've granted you access to the stamper. And pierce out a cuboid section of the voxels and out. Okay. Yeah, this can get really complicated really fast. Which is cool. Right. What do we get then? We're just constantly outputting bots. Right, blue core facility. Oh, well, that's interesting. So then we can put that through put that back through the monotoner. Make it white again. Okay, you have to toggle the output. Boom. Cool. I have those. So that's that done. And then this is a 4x2, so that's the original block. That means I could split that off and make it blue. Right, there's the crystals. There are none that are sir. And that's a 4. Okay. Basically this. Cool, cool, cool. green. That's gonna make blue pigment, right? Oh, right, yeah, painter. Huh. So I mean, I can make them blue pretty easily. That's basically what I want, so I'm gonna split them off and make that happen. Can I over... Oh, wait. What's this? Tunnels. We do have conveyor tunnels. What we'll do is get rid of that then. What we'll do is split this back here. Okay, and then for this we need our harvester pad. I mean, I can just stick out here, right? And then connect that there. It's gonna take the paint. It's gonna make these blue. Boom. Then we need a stamper. Okay. Set that up in a second. We do need these. Oh, the spaghetti is gonna be messy. We'll set them to come around there. And then I do also want these. I'm trying to do everything off this, right? No, I could just put in a new... I should probably put in a new production line here somewhere. Oh yeah, I probably definitely should do that. There's no resources needed to build the extractors, which is kind of cool. Do like that. You're not going to be able to get out of there. Oh, that'll put in the tunnel. Cool. What was I building? These guys. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so I do kind of want to build this again. Right, that's gonna pump out those. And then I want to cut them. Do. I'm gonna rotate that. That's what we want. I'm gonna do an assembler here. Why am I doing the assembler? I don't know. That's not what I want to do. Do this, get rid of this, we'll do the stamp, right. So click, drag, then release to select the stamped area, and we want it to be that. Simple as you like. Alright, and so it's going to eject to that piece as well. Is what we want. Confirm that. Right, so there's the hollowed piece. And there's the other ones coming up. Okay. Jesus. This blue core facility, where are we going to put that? I kind of want to like keep it here. Do I? I think I want to change this and have another funnel going underneath. Get rid of all that. And this needs to come over to a assembler over here. If I do that. I don't think this orientation actually matters, but to get this piece in the right position, I want to do that. I wonder, I hope it doesn't matter that it's not standing up, right? I would imagine it doesn't, because like that's not standing up and so on and so forth. So let me down this actual building then where I want it. I do it there. If I tuck it in there. Yeah, I'm gonna tuck it in there. And then I'm gonna change this all again. There we go. We have it building. Yeah, not a problem at all. Let's upgrade you. Might as well upgrade you too. Can't do anything with the furnaces, that's fine. They're tipping away. And we can just upgrade you again. I mean, yeah, do it. Just gonna upgrade everything. Could duplicate the furnace here, but I think it'll be fine for now. Alright, yeah, that's a bit of a pain, but that's alright. Waiting on the last piece. Excellent. Oh, you've reached the end of the demo content. We hope you had fun with this sneak peek of Modulus. Much more in store for you in the future. Thank you for playing. Pretty cool. Much bigger map. Big map featuring dozens of islands to unlock and expand. Factor in a massive scale, new resources, biomes, and more. Upgrade your operations and unlock new machinery to make things faster. Dozens of unique buildings to unlock using higher tiered items and requiring custom modules to rebuild. Yeah, when you get into stuff like that, that's going to be interesting. Monuments is the end game. The ultimate goal of Modulus is complete the construction of all monuments in the game. Massive construction endeavors of enormous scale, pushing the factory skills to the highest level. Like, yeah, you can see that like there's a bunch of islands here already that are blocked off. So we could have used all of this for the demo. Ooh. Actually, they give you plenty of resources to mess around with in the demo, and then you can play on it as well. Cool. And then obviously the infinite resources makes it very chill, right? Yeah, that's Modulus. Pretty cool.